This YCN segment is brought to you by LaValley Building Supply and Middleton Building Supply.
PT on 3, 1, 2, 3, PT!
After the Jack and Dorothy Byrne All-Star Band performed the halftime show, the players came out of their locker rooms and went back out onto the turf for the third quarter. New Hampshire originally won the coin toss and deferred to start the game, so Vermont kicked things off. Hunter Nunez Wales from Missisquoi booted a squibber right past a couple of players, but NH did eventually recover. Vermont's defense came out of the break rock solid, as Jay McCoy from Burton and Griffin Knapp from BFA St. Albans made stops on New Hampshire's first and second downs. But on third down, Hartford's Tyler Hamilton, playing safety, intercepted a thrown pass from Bow's Matt Harkins, which was intended for Dover's tight end Eric Stevens. VT's offense took over on their own 30-yard line. The Green Mountain Staters began to use a combination of backs, with Rutland's Jared McGlory leading the way at fullback and Hartford's Hamilton and Bellows Falls' Shane Clark picking up the yards chunk by chunk. Eventually, Vermont found themselves just into NH territory on the 46-yard line, and the situation was third down and 22. Quarterback Seth Balch from Windsor made a great move to avoid pressure and rolled out of the pocket, making a perfect pass to Mount Anthony's Will Fisher for a clutch 24-yard completion. With 10 yards to go, Jay McCoy, also playing running back, took a direct snap and just managed to reach across the goal line while fighting through contact for the touchdown. A 2-point attempt failed after a pass from Balch to Fairhaven's Austin Ellis just hit the ground. The referee made a good call despite some boos. Vermont did, however, take their first lead of the game with a score of 12-7, capping off a 6-minute, 60-yard drive. Nunez Wales once again used a squib on the kickoff, and New Hampshire took over on their own 30. Big gains on the ground from Milford's Owen Clary and Nashua North's RJ Jenkins helped put NH on Vermont's 36. But they found themselves with a 3rd and 10 situation. Quarterback Mike McAllister from Londonderry tried to find Hollis Brookline's receiver Matt Simcoe, but Windsor's linebacker Dakota Page made a hit and knocked the ball loose for the incompletion, killing the drive. At the end of 3 quarters, the score remained 12-7. Vermont's following possession was again a long and successful drive, as short but decent gains from players like Balch, Hamilton, and Clark moved the chains all the way to New Hampshire's 33. Running back Justin Duncanson from Linden Institute also got in on the action with a couple of solid carries. Eventually, now on the 3-yard line, Balch made a fake handoff to Hamilton and ran into the left of the end zone for the touchdown. Another 2-point attempt failed, so with about 7 minutes remaining, Vermont was up 18-7. New Hampshire's next drive saw a lot of action through the air, as Bowes Harkins made multiple completions to Bishop Brady's receiver Richard Sullivan. A big one came on 4th down that moved the chains all the way to Vermont's 27-yard line. NH later found themselves again with a big 4th down situation. This time they needed 16 yards to stay alive. Instead, Harkins went deep and connected with Hollis Brookline's Simcoe for 34 yards. It was another outstanding touchdown catch from Matt Simcoe. The 2-point attempt failed, so with just under 5 minutes left, New Hampshire was down by only 5. Vermont needed to respond with their biggest drive of the night, and that's exactly what they did. A ground attack with carries from Tyler Hamilton and Seth Balch led the team all the way down the field, more than 80 yards. And to cap things off, Balch made a fake handoff, ran to his left, and went around 3 defenders for the touchdown. VT now led 24-13 with 74 seconds remaining. New Hampshire's last attempt to score was cut down after Vermont's Daniel Green from U32 made an easy interception off of McAllister. He almost ran it back for 6, but was ruled out of bounds. The Green Mountain State had defeated the Granite State for the 3rd consecutive year, this time with a final score of 24-13. Vermont's Tyler Hamilton from Hartford rushed 15 times for 67 yards and pulled in an interception. Seth Balch from Windsor completed 2 of 9 passes for 51 yards and rushed 13 times for 59 yards with 2 touchdowns. After the contest, we spoke with both states' head coaches to get their takes on the game and what it's like to be part of such a special event.
Persevered and not panic. It was a game where we didn't come out strong offensively, we came out strong defensively, and we just kept working. And we didn't, like I said, we didn't panic. We stuck with the game plan even in the second half. It was a 7-6 game. We kept reminding them it's 7-6. It's not, we're not down 30-0 here. Let's just do what we think we can do. We thought we could grind the ball, and eventually we did. Made a couple of little adjustments, not a bunch of big ones, but I was pleased with the response of the players. The guy that might be lost in the shuffle is Will Fisher. He makes a lot of our offense click. And maybe he didn't have huge stats on the day, but that was only because we couldn't get him the ball. We were trying, and we couldn't cover him in practice, I know that much. The second half duo of Jared McGlory and Tyler Hamilton going into the backfield was huge. Jared was opening up holes, and Tyler was running real strong, and I thought that was a huge key to the game. Jared, that's not a normal position for him, not a normal position for Tyler necessarily, but they both went in and did something that they showed they can do well. I thought Seth did a nice job of engineering the game, just kind of staying within himself and making the plays that were there, not panicking under pressure. I thought the whole offensive line was just, they worked their butt off. That's, that was Jared Zobke, Cooper Lamb, Silas Halleck, Tom Emery, Tucker Gaudette, Nick Johnson, and Seth Park. Austin Ellis, Ben Meager, they did a great job. I don't know how to put it in words, to be honest. It's something you're so proud of, and you really understand the cause when you're involved in the game, and you understand that it is a lot bigger, than just the game. It's important to work with the players and do a good job and hurry up and kind of put something together. And I think the players did a phenomenal job of making that come together. It's really speechless relative to the honor. Just an amazing thing.
Keys early was trying to establish the run, which we didn't seem to get it the way we wanted to go. We had the momentum go early on the pick. We got the turnover we needed, but offensively, we were kind of struggling to get the ball rolling on the ground. But we had our moments where we could have done something. We had some drives. Unfortunately, they stalled, and we just couldn't capitalize when we needed to. I thought they all played pretty well. I mean, we had a few guys on defensively. I know Alex Boucher, Connor McGowan, they played really. All the linebackers played. I could name them all. Up front, I think Steger had a solid game. They were double teaming a lot on our end. Jack Haslam played both ways. Just really had a good blocking ability today, moving the pile, but just struggle when you're getting a lot of pressure and a lot of blitzes coming. Oh, it's a great honor to be part of this charity, raising money to help Shriners. Just so much of an honor to be recognized as a head coach in a big game like this. You work, you coach all your life, you love being with the kids and coaching football, and to be recognized on the big stage is such an honor, and to bring your staff, and we truly appreciate it. And to be part of something that changes kids' lives, both with the Shriners and on the football team. These are memories athletes will never forget.
Vermont still trails in the all-time Shrine Maple Sugar Bowl standings with a now overall record of 47-16-2, favoring New Hampshire. But the Green Mountain State has now won 3 years in a row. New Hampshire will hope to get back on track next year in 2019.